We are live. Nice. We get this going. We get this going. Let's have a look. How we doing, everybody who's joining? Just give us a thumbs up if you can hear me. If everything's good, let me know. How we doing there, bro? About to get this going in a minute. Respect, bro. To all you who are joining or who are in the room, please share this, please like this, please get this out. How we doing, Matt, bro? Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just get some more people in here. Before we start, got some interesting topics. I'm going to start with a little overview first before I get into the main bits. Charities, money laundering, fraud, corruption, child trafficking, you name it, where it goes. Just going to say it again to all you who are joining or anybody who's in the room. Please share it. Please get it out. Got to invite everybody in here. This includes us all. How we doing, Matt? Matt, can you share this out as well, please, Matt? I'm only going to be doing 45 minutes, half an hour. See how it goes. We want to be leaving some people on the knife edge thinking, really? Is this what I'm seeing for myself? Free thinking. Free thinking for yourself when it's all in a public domain for you. I'm going to go through a little overview as well, how you can find some of these companies which I've been speaking about in the previous videos. Some of you guys, if you haven't been paying attention, please go have a quick look or go have a look. You'll see the overview of where I'm coming from. You'll see where it leads to as well. Like I've been saying to you all, please be doing your research, because this concerns everybody in the UK, worldwide. This is currency. Everybody is concerned about their pocket, but you've got to look outside the bigger picture. What is the government doing with the money in this country, or governments in the world doing with the currency? Look where it goes. Look what it leads to. Just have a think for yourself. Charities are one way, legal way to money launder money through, using dormant companies, for an example, to push it through, which have been silent for how long? There's many articles in the public domains. You can go back, you can find them. I'm going to post them in the room in a second. They are also in the description. I'm also going to read them out as well. I'm going to read them out so people can see for themselves and read it for themselves. These are in the public domain. In the public domain, all you have to do is read the subliminal message. The papers tell you half of the truth. You've got to go find the truth with the subliminal message and do your research. It's very interesting, how companies can file no papers, how these charities are run through dormant companies or companies' directors, and there's always one person at the top who's in control of them all. Where does the money go? That's the question. People are giving to charities and they're not realising how much these charities are taking, how much the associates, the CEOs, which they are making and where and what it funds. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. To any of you people who are new to the stream, say again, my Twitter is Barcode. Please go check it out. There's a lot of information on there. A lot of information. It talks about currency, talks about money laundering, talks about every single thing. So I'm going to be reading a little thing out of the paper. I'll tell you one of the little articles, for an example. Some of you may have heard of it. And this is where the subliminal messages are. And I'll just post one of the links in the room for the get-go. There you go, guys. It's already in the description below. Your subliminal message is in there. And I'll tell you the headline of it so you can see it for yourself. Hatton Garden heist leader found sick pictures of Tory abuser in deposit box on earlier job. Just leave that there for you to think about. That's just one thing. And I'll read it again. To those who are coming in, Hatton Garden heist leader found sick pictures of Tory child abuser in deposit box earlier on the job. This was posted the 18th of January 2016. Some of you may know what I may be talking about. I'm going to also read another headline for you, and I'm going to post a link in the group for you all to do your own research. How we're doing to everybody who's joining. How we're doing, everybody. Hope you all are well. Please share, please like, please hit that notification if you're new. Let's get the message out, guys. This is what's happening in the UK and beyond. It's all connected. It's all connected to offshore banks of the world. Panama Papers, Bahama Papers, Finchley Road. All these companies are all listed in rackets, umbrellas, ladders and formations. And what else does it all connect to? Have a look. There's a lot of information out there. Few videos on my Twitter. Few things what I've been talking about. You'll find charities in there. You'll find every kind of thing you will think that's there. Everything. So the next one that I'm going to read out is, we get it up. This is on The Money. This is called, and this is hedge fund boss Sanjay Shah. Yeah? Some of you might have heard of this guy's name, Sanjay Shah. I'm just posting the links for you first, so you can all get a little grasp of what I'm talking about, right? And this guy, a London-born hedge fund boss accused of masterminding 1.5 billion tax fraud, is facing one of the most expensive trials in British legal history. Sanjay Shah is suspected of devising an elaborate scheme to swindle Danish tax authorities, which have brought a civil case against him in their London's High Court. London High Court. It's all there in public domains. Think about it, guys. Have a look at it. 2 links are there. The previous video, also what I did, we was talking on a charity called Fresh Start Foundation Housing Limited. And it talks about the charity. It says the decision was withdrawn on the 23rd of January 2020. This case has been archived in a line of our policy because it is 2 years old. And that's just another one that you need to check out and do your research for yourself. It's all there, what it leads to and where it goes. And these are all in public domains. These are charities. If you look on the charity register, a lot of charities are closing up shop. Think about it. When I've been speaking in the previous videos and the videos that I've already done, you can find charities in these hidden companies hiding through one another like a Russian doll. Barbara Kahan, Keitha Kahan, I will always mention, the 2 pioneers of masterminding money laundering and the black market, helping all these fat cats get rich. Charities, dormant companies, listed, enrolled through each other, directors, associates and addresses. We pay our taxes. We are funding this by giving money to these charities, giving money to these corporations, which are only designed to suit the government's agenda. They only serve the one agenda. Take, 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 take. Enforce the deed. Yeah, they can take a life or end a life. These people are using companies to have one over on the innocent, taking money, 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 and it's going out of the country and it's going into all these pots. And we are the only people which suffer. That's the whole point of this. The only people who suffer are us. Because some of us people are happily thinking, oh, these charities, they're helping people, they're helping animals. Go look at how much a CEO gets paid. Go look up a director gets paid. Go look up how much that country gives back to the government after paying its associates and CEOs. We're going back through the cycle. We're talking of money laundering mass worldwide. Charities are a prime example. Prime example. Children's charities, social services, holding events. Yeah, another example. Think about it. Social services, again, the civil and social sector, legal child traffickers, legal people who can create events to take money, and then that money goes to where? Where do these children go? What does this money influence? Come on, guys, we've got to think for ourselves, right? Got to think for ourselves. The newspaper article and the other one, it states it there. I'm going to go through it. So I'll go through it from where we left off. Experts have warned legal fees alone for the super trial that are likely to hit 250 million. It is also set to drag on for more than a year and involve the analysis of millions of documents, including financial records from the US, Malaysia, and Luxembourg. This is all money laundering, fraud, Russian dolls. Some of you people who are aware, the offshore leaks, and we were talking again about Barbara Kahan, Keith Kahan. Barbara signed off all of these companies to her son, Keith. There's also Joseph, who's an accountant, who's involved. Yeah, Golders Green, all of these places complicit in racketing, right? Money laundering through umbrellas and ladders which go out of the country, yeah? So there's no pensions, Anglesey Mining, all of these mining places, all of these companies, yeah, estates are in rackets and ladders where money or foundations have been created on fraud. Because you can go on Company House and you'll see 7887 90 Finchley Road, 7887 90 Finchley Road, millions and millions, right, of companies of Russian dolls. And you've got charities that are in there. You've got things that make weapons, nuclear weapons, pension trustees, financial mortgages, computer systems which are holding this information, these companies which are laundered through Winnington House, Woodbury Grove, 7887 90 Finchley Road. You can go through all of these and it's all there. You've got charities in there. You've got the Prince Andrew saga in there. You've got the Ted Heath charity in there. You've got all of these places around the country which are linked together, right? I'm not mentioning no cases, I'm not mentioning anything, but when you look around the country of some of the cases, what are going on, you see links of people who is connected through companies, right? And what companies have been saying from the beginning, companies are the ones who serve the government, nobody else, hiding, protecting data, covering it up, right? And these charities, think about it, guys, are making mass money worldwide. Yeah, mass money, right? We're talking hundreds of thousands more. And where is it all going? To a CEO, to a fat cat. It's getting laundered millions of places. A1 Company Services is a prime example. Keith Kahan, Barbara again, signed all of her companies off. Her name's still listed. And you've got Barbara Kahan using another initial still with the name, and you see it on Company House by one spelling mistake, yeah, or one added letter, right? And you've got thousands upon thousands of companies. Yes. It's like we'll take Finchley Road away. We'll take everything away. Look at Atos, right, guys? Look at Atos Healthcare. We'll use Atos as an example. Atos Healthcare is what? It's holding information. It has nothing to do with medical care. This is to do with the DWP. Look where Atos is in Europe. All the Europeans have all our details, which we have to pay for. Right? That is fraudulent actions upon ourselves because none of us have given consent for these companies to share our data to other countries, but we have to pay for them and they don't. Do you see where I'm coming from here? Think about it, guys. You have to pay to access your records. You have to go to your doctors. These guys just have to go online and that's it. It's done. They've got all your records, everything. Right? That's just an example. These are what these companies are doing as well, that are in umbrellas and rackets. They're taking everybody's data, sharing it, selling it, using charities, using other companies. It could be started on the foundations of fraud by a previous address, a listed address. Do you get me? Even a transfer from one company to another company. And it's all included. There's no way you can get out of it. And when you've got companies that are there for a year, and nearly for a year, who are dormant, and then they go, oh, there's 100 grand there, or there's £1 there, just waiting for it to be set up. And the charity is the ideal thing. The charity is the ideal way to legally launder money through. And this is what people are picking up on. Where is all this money coming from? That's the point. Where's all this money coming from? DWP, pensions, mortgage, you name it. Where's it all coming from? I thought there was austerity, but you go look online, you go look for yourself. Offshore banks tells you a whole different record of all the banking system in the world, and you can see it online. Online, offshore, it's all there on my thing. You can see what companies are running through what companies, and this is our money. We are paying for TV license, electric, gas, right? And what percentage are going into these pot and out of the country? That's the question we've all got to ask. There's no pensions left. There's nothing at all. It's just dirty money of everything that's been created on the foundations of fraud. And what does it support? Think about it. You can see it there for yourself by doing your own research. All you have to do is go on Google, type in 788 790 Finchley Road, type in Temple Secretaries, type in Swift Incorporations, type in any which one of the three sources of the address where it's linked to. All you have to do is type it in and you'll see it there for yourself. Wow, 653,000 companies on one director or more. Atos is horrible because it's got nothing to do with healthcare. It's just storing everybody's information. It's a database. Look it up for yourself. You'll see it. You will see it. It's got nothing to do with healthcare. It's just storing information. That's all it is. They don't have a clue. They don't have a care for public interest. And that's what people need to realise. Have a look, guys. So, give me a second. I'd also like to mention out as well, guys, that's the other point within Brexit. When we look what you're saying there, Jack, Brexit was a gateway for them to move all their money. Because offshore havens, Bahama, Malta, all them places, if we go back, which past predecessors are involved in that? Which past predecessors, you know yourself, you guys who are aware, and the people who probably vaguely know what I'm talking about, you know which past predecessors we are talking about, prime ministers. Just remember, Finchley, Barnet, the NW, the famous postcode, Barbara Kahan, Social Services. She was part of the Canadian interjection as well, to do with companies. And everything leads back to the source, which is London. London has a secret to tell. Everybody should be saying that. They should know that London has a secret to tell. Are you concerned about your money? Are you concerned about every day you have to wake up and wonder, oh, I'm going to get screwed over, I'm not going to get paid, yeah? Because this is their system of control. They don't want to see you to see the bigger picture. That's what it is. They don't want you to see the bigger picture of where this currency is going, where it's going, and what it's funding. Charities are blatantly there in your face because people just give, and they don't see the bigger side to it. And then like Carillion, a CEO, yeah, a CEO, Carillion, we all know what Carillion is, that was on the news, a CEO goes to a next company or next firm and becomes a CEO, but is bankrupted. And that's the other thing. So many people like to jump through loops. These companies create loops, right? Just like charities, either changing their names, registering with another director, re-registering with another address, starting up again and closing shop down and starting up again. Which way do you want to look at it? Which way do you want to look at it? It's very interesting when you look, right, at the lines of the addresses in the companies and where they lead to and what they lead to. Illustrations of Barbara Kahan by looking in what's in front of you and then looking from what's behind closed doors tells a lot of stories. Yes, they're trying to crash the system, exactly. They are trying to crash the system. That's the point. Where is the pot? What is the pot? Where is the money going? We are giving into these pots, right? This is everybody into the world, because you look on the worldwide database for banking and currency, where it goes, right? Every single country in the world is invested in fraud, whether they know it or not. That's the thing. You've got companies pulling out of companies, directors, CEOs, people pulling out of companies because they're clicking, they're like, I don't want my money involved in this. They're trying to push for the one world order currency. That's all it is. And this is how they've been feeding the EU from day one. We know the BBC, look up the BBC, past previous people who've worked there, right? Look at the addresses, right? And you'll see what it leads to. You will see what it leads to. We know already, some of us who are waking up, you'll be like, wow, London itself, statues, figures all over, paedophilic emblems, codes and symbols. Yeah, the subliminal message is there in your face. The Matrix, we live in the Matrix. We've got to break that deception and think for ourselves what is real and what is not. Are we having deja vu here? Because every time you get paid, right, I bet you're thinking, I've got to pay this out, I've got to pay that out, right? You're left with nothing to scratch your ass with. Are you left with anything to scratch your ass with? You look at the MPs, how much they get paid. I was mentioning this in the last video. There could be 10 of them. They could all put $1,000 in each into a Bitcoin thing. Bam. After a year, they've got how much? Or after how many months, they've got how much? And they continuously keep doing that cycle over and over again. Who's watching it? Nobody's watching it, because nobody's talking about these bigger things like now what's happening in our country. Where is our money going? Right? Who is it affecting? It's affecting everybody. Charities are where it starts. Look at the charities. Look at the companies. Look at the offshore havens. A1 Company Services, Keitha Kahan. Look at the criminal cases which have gone and which are still taking and which people are involved via the companies. Look at the companies, the digital footprint. Follow the white rabbit. Follow the white rabbit. You can see it for yourself. You can see it for yourself. And if you're interested, if you want to know, feel free. You can PM me. You can drop me a tweet. I don't bite. I'm not shy. I live in this country. I was born in this country. I don't want people to be getting ripped off. We're already suffering because of this government, and everybody needs to know what is going on. Everybody needs to know what is going on. It's all there on my Twitter. There's parts of it on my YouTube. guys. Many rabbit holes, many. The people have the power. If the people have the power, and people need to be talking about this, right? Because this is big. This is big. Yeah, the next generation. Where is it going to be? Because all this money, all this corruption, all this fraud, right, is doing what? It's only serving one purpose, and that is their agenda, their purpose. Only we people, we have the power to get there. We have the power. Are we going to just go to work every day, be slaves, eat, work, die, sleep, that's it, done? Are we going to do that? Are we going to shine a light on this? People need to start talking about this. It's all there in our faces in public domains. Public domains. You cannot be prosecuted for something which is in a public domain, that is in your face, which they do not like. Wikipedia, look Barbara Kahan up, she's there, her name's on Wikipedia. Go look Kiefer Kahan up, you'll see Ham High news articles, you'll see everything. It's there in your faces, hey up, something's not right. My gut instinct doesn't feel it's right. I'm giving you a sign. I'm giving you it there in your face. There's plenty of other people before me, yeah, that gave me signs saying, look, go do your research yourself. See it for yourself. If you see it for yourself, pass that information on and let next man or next woman see that information for herself. Because the truth has to be shined on a light, right? Social services, the social sector, civil sector, these people are the gatekeepers. They are the ones who are the legal traffickers and child traffickers, yeah? There's innocent people in there, right, who are trying to fight, yeah, against the system, right? We, the people, have to shine the light on this because fraud, corruption equals what? It equals what? We know what it equals. I've said it before. We have to get this into our head and think, hey up, yeah? I want to live my life happy, but I can't. Why can't I live my life happy? Because these are the ones who want to be in control of us. They want to push their agenda for their one world order, one world religion, using these companies. Take. Yeah, education. These companies are all involved in education, schools, yeah? Mass brainwashing to try and keep us dumb when it's there on us, there in a space. It's there in your face in public domains. It's there in your face. My moderators just put the link in the group. Barbara Kahan, she's there. You can even search her on Company House and type 788-790 Finchley Road, Winnington House, Woodbury Grove, Richmond House, Elm Guest House. You'll see it. The signs are there. Everybody knows about the Elm Guest House scandal. Peter Wrighton, Barbara Kahan, the paedophile informant exchangee. Everybody knows about this. Come on, guys. It just makes me sad how you look at this, yeah? I was passed this information by a lot of people saying, do your research. Britain is not what it is claimed out to be because companies are only there and designed to serve the establishment's agenda. And I had to go look on the internet. I had to do my own research. And that's what I say to everybody. Free think for yourself. Free think for yourself. That's all you have to do. Do your research. Do not be given, right, or want to be given that spoon. Because you learn and you grow your mind, right, by doing it yourself. Do it yourself. Someone can tell you, but you have to act upon it. You have to see it with your own eyes like I did. But that's the point. That's the point, guys. The money of this country, the currency of this country is going where? And we are being starved. Our children are being starved. Yeah? These are our families. Yeah? It doesn't matter if you have an enemy. Yeah? Because your enemy's being starved. Do you get me? This is a conclusion for where people have to come together and drop it all and say, hey, we all live on this earth together. We all live in the UK together, or any part of the world, right? And you have companies, right, which are pushing us down, and these companies, these fat cats, these charities, they are getting rich. Rich, 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 and you can't even afford to scratch your ass. You can't afford to feed your child. You can't even be paid from the DWP, the pensions. The NHS is crumbling. You've got services which are involved in Finchley Road, right? That's to do with medication, right? Fraudulent companies created by the foundations of dirty money, right? Your pensions, Gordon Boden's mentioned it. Look it up yourself. It's all there from A1 Company Services. All there from A1 Company Services. Do your research. Do your research. Because they want to crash the banking system, right? But if you are aware of what is happening, everybody's aware to seeing, hey up, I know somebody who went to that school. I know somebody who worked at that school. I know somebody who worked in that job. Wait a minute. Let me check the address out of this. Let me check the company name out of this. Let me check where this goes. Oh, my word, it goes to where I think it goes. And then you've just had a big, massive explosion in your mind of do you know what's coming? Because you can see it. You can see what other people are saying, then you can see what the other narrative are saying, and then you've got your subliminal messages from all angles, and you're like, I'm doing my own research. Because this is how it started from the beginning for some of us. We had to do our own research because we was being fed lies, like the government has done from time and time, from the beginning of time. It's feeding us lies. So we have to go do our own research. Obviously, it's there in your face. You want to be paying £10, £20 to a charity, and then that year on, that charity gives, what, 600 grand after it's made 1 point something million, 600 grand to a CEO. But you continuously keep putting 10, 15, £20 into a charity. Do them animals get that treatment they deserve? Does that child get that treatment they deserve? What pot does it go into? Where does it go? You think about that. Where does it go? The newspaper articles, which I mentioned in the beginning, I will repost them back into the group, but they're already on the description of this video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave people on a knife edge before I go, because next week, or when I'm ready in next week is, so what I'm going to do is next week is I'm going to leave people on a knife edge, right? Because I want you to look at my videos that are already out. I want you to go have a look, yeah, of what I've been talking about. I want you to please do your own research. I'm going to give you some homework. I'm going to give you some homework. All you have to do is look at what I've been posting up. Go read them. The comments and descriptions are there from what I've left. So you can go see it for yourself, right? You can go have a look, right, at what is there. There's other information on my Twitter with the screenshots and the evidence below. I would like you, yeah, to see what I'm talking about, because there's a lot of people I know who are watching who are thinking, a knife edge, a knife edge, a knife edge. Yeah, I've got some big news next week. Big news next week. When I'm ready in the week, some big news. And do you know what it is? It's coming. It's hotting up. Like I said, when people, yeah, can put companies through companies to try cover their tracks, right? And what they are leading to and where it leads to, yeah? Companies hiding in companies. Hashtag Russian dolls. Russian dolls. Everybody knows what a Russian doll is. Imagine having 150 grand or more debt. You don't file no papers. You don't file no papers. To the people at home, if you have a company with £150 or 150 grand debt, yeah, over the debt line, yeah, over the debt line, are people going to be asking questions about that company, that director, that CEO? Well, people are going to be asking questions. I've been to that company, I've given you money, I've helped you, I've supported you. You ain't filed no papers. You ain't putting a penny into it. Adding a letter, same address. It's all good, man. It's all good. Because digital digital footprints are the best. You try remove something, you try take something down, it is still there, and there is nothing you can do about it. And that goes for the lot of the people which are involved, because the fraud has just gone woof. It's gone like a tidal wave. Yeah, mate, it's gone like a tidal wave. You see one, you see two, you see three, you see four, you see the umbrella, then you see the ladder to the next bracket of the formation. It's madness. It's madness. I'm going to leave you on a knife edge with that. I'd love you all to do your homework. All to do your homework. Be nice. See what you've got for me next week. Next week's a big one, but I want people, yeah, to see what they're going to bring me, right? Because there's a lot of stuff there, right? I could say for myself, I've got a USB stick that has over 1.5 million companies. 1.5 million companies which are on it, right? And then there's the offshore thing, where there's over 220,000 companies alone, and that's just in a UK public domain that you can see. If you go beyond, there is more. But that's another story. I'm just going to leave you on a knife edge for next week. I want you all to do your homework. And I'm just going to say to you before I go, thank you for all you guys who are watching. Have a good night, a blessed one. I'm going to say thank you to everybody who's here, because I don't do it without you guys. I'm leaving your homework. Leaving your homework. To all you people who are new, thank you as well for watching. Please hit that subscribe. Guys, please hit that like. Hit that share out. We've been talking on companies, charities, the formations of the regular people, Barbara Kahan and Keith the Kahan, and how rackets, Russian dolls, ladders and umbrellas are formed. And charities are the way for legal, say the word again, legal money laundering. Thank you guys, good night, bless, peace.